Did you know every great golfer has 5 things they consistently repeat to hit great golf shots? According to the creators of Pure Strike, years of research studying hundreds of PGA and LPGA professionals has shown 5 keys in every great golf swing. They use this knowledge to create a golf instruction series they feel will help anyone learn the 5 keys to consistency for their swing. Golf Life visited Colorado National Golf Club and invited Pure Strike creator Dave Wedzik to prove to us how well his system would work with average golfers.
The most important thing is to let people understand from the get-go that what we've done here is we've built the first of its kind system for teaching golf. What they should be getting out of this is that we have these 5 keys, we've classified the golf swings of all the great players throughout history, and now we know what the 5 things are that all these great players have always had in common.
Well, it was a great process with Dave. He watched me hit a couple balls, got it on camera. It's nice to just try and stick to one plan. I think that when you have 100 swing thoughts going through your head, it can get difficult, but when you have 5 simple steps and you're really just trying to focus on one step at a time, I think that can really help you with your consistency.
Initially I was hitting kind of a weak slice. I made a lot of thin contact. What he told me was that I was moving my head too much and leaving most of my weight on my right side. And just the one tip of kind of pulling my right hip back and almost, arching my back as if I'm going over a high jump bar just really seemed to click in my mind.
The deal with him was, here's an athletic guy who just didn't understand how his body needed to work to turn and keep his head steady. So what we were trying to do is get him to understand that he had to make what we call a centered shoulder turn, or move his shoulders and hips more centered, and so that his shoulders would work around his spine. But the feeling wasn't necessarily real for him. He had to feel pretty extreme. He got it very quickly. It went from thin shots and slices to really solid draws.
Just being able to focus on these 5 keys instead of thinking about all of the 100 other swing thoughts that you could have in your head. This keeps it simple, very specific, it gives you drills to work with, and it's fabulous. I'll start with the good part about shifting my weight really forward and really pressing on my front knee.
We were working on key 2, getting her weight more forward in order to achieve flat left wrist. I had told her actually that she was going to kind of get 2 birds with 1 stone, or in this case 2 keys with 1 stone, and I like that when that happens. It happens quite frequently. On to what we call key number 3, which is the term for it we have is flat left wrist. So it's really due to the way the clubs are designed that we have to have this left wrist flat or the handle slightly forward at impact. That enables me to hit the golf ball first in the sweet spot of the club and then hit the ground. So key 4, we call it sweet spot path or diagonal sweet spot path. What I want you to get the picture of is that you're standing at a dress and you have the roof of a house back here behind you. The sweet spot traces down as if it's coming down the roof of the house this way.
He watched me hit a couple balls, got it on camera, and really noticed something that I was doing that was irregular, that was leading me to issues with steps 4 and 5. And so he gave me some simple drills and tips and things that I'm obviously going to have to put a lot of practice into in order to fix some compensations that I have during the swing.
He was struggling in trying to match up key 4, the sweet spot path, with key 5, which is club face control, and make those work. And we saw with him, he just needed to declutter some things on his backswing in order to make it a lot easier to get the club back down without so many compensations. And when we changed that, and he had to start working on it through some kind of half swings and then 3/4 swings, and we changed it, we started to notice right away how the club was right on the plane, right where it should have been, and then it was able to come right back down the plane very nicely.
I'm excited to get the DVD and show it to my girlfriend and friends, so hopefully they can learn a little bit too.
I feel right now I could go out and play better, making better ball contact. It's something so simple, but once you have the instruction and it gets in your head and then you practice the feel of it, you certainly can walk out on the golf course and transfer that knowledge into your swing on the golf course.
Most of the instruction that I've had is pretty intricate and difficult, and then just understanding that all good golfers do essentially the same 5 things. It was just really simple to kind of focus on getting those 5 things right. So it's just a lot simpler.
It's very important to us to not only explain just what the 5 simple keys are, but we give a roadmap for how to achieve and attain each of these motions, each of these mechanics that goes to producing these keys, for each player.
If you'd like to learn the 5 keys to consistency, please visit purestrike11.com for more information.